Hello everybody, welcome. So, 1 second. Things that happened since last time. I don't know if you remember. We worked a little bit on potions and not sure if potions, to be honest. You see, I checked this, but I forgot. So, when was that? 29. Oh yeah, we worked on the needs system when I was on stream last time. And there were a few bugs, such as the dwarves didn't remove the entity from the world when they ate it, and was this needs system task. So it had a lot of hard-coded stuff. They didn't remove an entity from the world when they consumed it, so like some food was unusable by other dwarves, so they couldn't eat it forever, but we didn't remove it when they ate stuff. It has no tests. It had no tests. They panicked when they didn't find food to eat, and they didn't work at all. And I don't remember what this is, but apparently I did it, so excuse me. Anyway, quite a bunch of unfinished stuff. What they did though was try to find the food when they were hungry. So this was done by this needs system. That's quite simple. It just has update needs, and here we do all the stuff. So we cancel the current action. We have here a bit of cleanup done, but basically this was it. So let's look at the game, how it is now. In the past week, I also, so besides finishing those tasks, I have also added some nicer menu here, but this is not important. We have the cooking table as it used to be. I added this thing, which you'll see in a minute. Let's build a potions table. Like this armor thing. So this is actually the last thing I added. Let's say we want to do vitamins potions, like 4 of them, 5. So they're made out of bread and grains. It doesn't matter, it's just a dummy recipe, but as you can see here, we have 2 of these crafting tables, 2 cooking tables, and before they didn't use both of them to parallelize. Since they need bread for all of these, they can just use 2 tables, right? And I'm not sure if this is a good change or a bad change. It does make the game in theory easier, because whatever, you just give some orders and they will split it up in between more crafting tables if available. So I'm not sure what to what to say about this change, but having more of these means that now they're used. Maybe I should make it an option. I didn't think of too much about it. We have this workbench armor table thing that will help us make helmets and so on. And this is actually what I am working on right now, is making the whole armor and equipment system. So these wood helmets, which look kind of like buckets, horrible, will be placed on top of their heads. But yeah, this kind of thing is quite important. And also now you can't build on top of other things. You get this red thing and it doesn't allow you to build, and you can't build on top of future buildings or something. I don't know how to say. Anyway, so quite a few content has been added, and of course these guys will get thirsty at some point, and yeah, they will drink that vitamins potion. So it's pretty cool. I'm happy with the hunger system and need system. For example, right now they're only doing thirst and hunger, and I want to add so now we have, for example, for a dwarf, this is what I worked on today. They will have body parts, so actually they will be able to get really specific injuries, like you know, cut their right hand, cut their left hand, their legs, and also we have equipment slots. So when a fight happens, we can just query these equipment slots, and each of these body parts has a health status on it. Also a limb status, which is, besides the health, it's like a condition: healthy, crippled, poisoned, broken, and amputated. And then you can basically replace it with some metallic, bionic, whatever, legs, like prosthetics, if they get their hands chopped off in a fight. Okay. Whoa, that's me. I'm also sorry for the halo I have here behind me, because there's a window, but I really enjoy the light, and there's not much light here, so I mean in general in London. I'm taking advantage of it. Okay, so here is the current task we're working on. And this is the actual part of it. So what I'm looking to do is equip items on their body, which means I made a new system called equipment system, and it will have some sort of update equipment where let's say dwarves who want to get themselves armored up will do so. Now, actually, I wrote this right before leaving for a little bit, and I'm thinking it might have been a wrong thing to do, because Wait, let me keep this because it might be on my face. I'm not sure if it should be part of the needs system. I'm trying to avoid this. So the way it works now, these needs cancel a task. Oh. 1 second. I need to shuffle some windows here. Okay. Sorry about that. Hope this still works. Anyway. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So the needs system is a bit hacky at the moment, but it does the job quite alright and I'm happy with it. So I see no reason to completely destroy it. But it... or improve it rather. So it is... how should I say this? Wait, whoop. I'm trying to juggle some... okay. So this cancels the current task. So if a dwarf is working on some item or whatever, it gets cancelled, but a task can handle cancellation, but not one of these actions, because these actions will actually reserve an item. So I suppose it's fine. I'm trying to avoid bugs where I cancel something and then put an action for hunger and then cancel it again to get an armor or something like that. And the stream stopped. Okay. Seems to be back online now. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening, but it seems to work. To be honest, I don't see why it couldn't be handled here instead of having a separate system just to give you an action to equip a weapon, and it would give me more control over how these two things interact, because if they're two separate update steps, then you get into troubles on what can cancel what, whereas here I can just do it in the proper order and then everything's fine. Also, yeah, so let's just do that. Let's do it as part of the needs system. So for this I would need, let's say all dwarves currently want to equip armor, right? Oh, by the way, another thing I found out about, well, I knew about it somehow, but I didn't pay much attention or try to use it. Is this derive new? So I don't know if you remember, but for all these kind of views into our component system, we used to have like a new constructor that just took all of these as parameters and then, you know, like a trivial new. So there's this thing derive new which does just that for you. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, and it also supports like default values or things like that if you want. I'm pretty happy with it. I just use the basic thing because I need to fill up everything here, otherwise what's the point? But yeah, so let's do that. We have this needs data, and let's say thirst and hunger comes first. This will need to have priorities and so on, but for now they just get evaluated in this order. So here, consumable. Wonder if I need to pass everything. Whoops. So we have here armor components, item. What is the actual action being created? Okay, so we have a consume item action, so we need an equip action. So we know what to do, and then the compiler will tell us where this needs to be filled. And let's write the code here to... Okay, we're not interested in this part. Get action. We're interested here, so how do we check? What's this called? I'm thinking, how should I do this? Should I expose an iterator towards these? Should I just expose body parts? I think I had something that exposed the body. Let's take a reference to this. We'll need it mutable anyway for when we should we know which one it is? So we have this here. So if we find the body part without an armor and we can get an armor for it, then we should cancel whatever we're doing now. Unless if it's a consume item action or this type of action or equip item action. Which is, yeah, equip item, armor. So let's do that. We need this kind of thing here. Actually, wait. Come on. I'm not sure if that or it should be with 2 vertical bars or 1. Okay, nice. They need a fully qualified names here, so really. Let me check this. It's 1. Oh, come on. It's the complete opposite, but yeah, of what I wrote. One. So now we need to glue all these things together. What's happening here? Okay, this works. So okay, let's leave this for later. Because this is complaining the action type has no debug thing, and also no implementation of what you should do in that action. So this is fine. So now we have here for loop. I think I'm gonna have some trouble here. So if we have no equipment, we try to find and set an action type to equip armor for that type of for that entity ID. So a armor should also have here a equipment slot or something. Yes. I should stop calling it dwarf because those will also be the enemies, so it's basically just a humanoid thing. So here we have the armor components. For okay. Actually, I don't need to expose this. I need to expose oh shit, sorry. Just leave it like this for now. Not sure if I can do this in here. Okay. Okay. I was afraid this would happen. Okay, let me be right back. Okay, so the thing is we can't do this easily, so well, we can, but anyway, let's see what's happening here. If it's not reserved, we reserve it, create an action, and then that's it. So we can get the ID here and return the action. Also, let's check this is mutable. Yes, this shouldn't be. Why is this mutable? Maybe it's for later. Anyway. Let's just not touch that now. Got distracted. So basically what we're doing now, we need to, let's see how the from trait works. Not exactly sure how from and into works, so time to read about it. Convert int idiomatic. Cannot fail, what? What does that mean? Cannot fail. Okay, let's read this. What? I think I get a point. Cannot fail. Okay, well, I don't care if it fails because I'm fine with this crashing. So let's see an example. Ah, come on, really? Okay, I'll just use this. But I think I know how. So here, is it like this? I think there was actually a crate that did this. Let's try this dumb idea. Sure, there was a so I think this is good. Let's see what the compiler says, but basically into now do we get this? Okay, so this by not failing, usually I try from gives you options from what I've read, but I don't care for that, so I'm perfectly happy with this panic here. Cool. So what else do we need to do here? I think there was an enum crate that did that for you with a macro, but let's not spend too much time on it. I might replace it afterwards tomorrow or whatever. We also have an equipment slot that needs to be in recipe. So here the descriptors are basically objects that help us build the components, because sometimes we don't need all the things to build a component. So, well, it's just us having these structures as constructors basically. So I didn't make that change, but it's similar to that. So the armor now needs an equipment slot. Equipment. Of course, I don't know what the name is. Hey, thanks. Well, if you're interested in some more explanation on how these work, I can tell you. Wait, let's find the dwarf. One second, and I can show you how IMGUI interaction works. Equipment slot. So these are basically our entity builders here, and now I just need to forward this, probably like this. So IMGI interaction is too bad we can't compile this right now. It's quite simple. So there's a crate called let me IMGI RS or something. Yeah, I love it too. I love working in it. So there's this crate IMGI. I think the actual name is IMGI RS, but let me show you how I work with it. So unfortunately that crate doesn't have a lot of documentation. Actually, it probably has exactly 0 documentation, but it has some examples. So if you look into here, there's a lot of examples, and they're actually bound to GFX RS or some other renderers, but I use my own OpenGL renderer, which means I had to do a bit of massaging here for it to work. I'm not exactly sure where I've placed it, probably in the renderer. So have a bit of patience. Yes, so I'll get to that, but first, oh, by the way, hey Razvan, actually didn't recognize you. Yeah, so you need to write your OpenGL renderer, but I can't seem to find it. It's quite simple, to be honest. So where do we, probably when we initialize IMGUI we set it. Because you need to have a renderer callback. I've actually didn't touch this code in such a long time. Might be in game UI here. Handle input, show UI. So this is just calling into IMGUI, configure the keys. Oh, render UI. Oh yeah, you don't set as a callback, you need to call it yourself. So basically here is the loop that renders the UI, which is presenting the UI on the screen. And here I do game UI, show UI. So you basically have an update and render. So this is the render part where it draws the buffers with OpenGL code. And show UI is the update part, and that update part basically builds the UI. So this is as a separate step after this is in the main loop here on the left side. So we get some SDL input, we forward it to IMGUI, and then in this show UI function we draw these kind of menus. So that's how it works. It's super simple. So you basically do menu item and then you put some text or a button or whatever you want. And getting back to the no worries, getting back to the local offset is exactly for rendering, because the way textures work, they're actually kind of in the center right now. Where are they? Textures here, helmet. We can't see it here anyway, but we need to offset them so they appear on the dwarf head. So that's the local offset thing that's in the recipe here. And there's another local offset, I think, that you this probably. And sometimes I have graphics that aren't 32 by 32 or whatever the cell size is like the tree. So I need to kind of offset it a little bit so it sits in the correct square because otherwise it's a bit offsetted downwards. So if you look at the recipe table for tree, it just pulls it a bit to the left and up, or the left and up. Yeah, so we move it a little bit so it fits the actual square we want to draw it on. Otherwise it would be a bit too low and too much to the right. And also with armor, when you equip it, when you equip the armor, you need to have it offsetted so it matches the location where it needs to be. Otherwise you can just sit in the center. Kinda, yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's exactly that, to adjust for that position. So where were we? Let's try and build and see what else we need to do. How do I handle... Hey, Rado. So, I handle them badly. Because I think right now they're just based on some layers. Oh yeah. No, actually they work. I was thinking if the... So there's two conditions. So there's two things, because dwarfs might be behind the tree or in front of the tree, of the same tree. But it's actually not true right now, because the dwarf is 1 square in height. Wait, let me actually... let's make this compile again and I can explain. Equip armor. The thing is, they need to be sorted, which is not how it works now. But it kinda doesn't create problems because of how I have the graphics, and I'll explain in a second. I just need to fix this other compile error. Consume item. Yes, it's actually macros, but it gets you more hyped if you write like that with exclamation marks. So here, I think I don't need this, but I can do equip armor. Let's not do anything, but let's also not forget. So okay, this should build now, and then I can explain about the tree. Wait a minute. Okay, what the hell? Oh, okay. This is not cool. Needs. Oh, wait. This might actually be easy to fix. So where's the unique access problem? Copy trade. Really? I don't get why this is an issue, but let's do this. Because I'll forget about what I'm trying to do. And we can fix this afterwards. Ah, I see what's happening. I have a closure that got access to that thing. No problem. No problemo. My computer is taking ages to compile even this because, yeah, streaming on Twitch and encoding this. Whoa, what? Missing field equipment slot, okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so the way this tree works. Back to a question from 5 hours ago. So as you can see, the dwarfs never get in front of the tree because they're only 1 square in height. So now what I only need to do is draw the tree on top of the dwarfs. So this is done because I have some sort of layer system and they're sorted on that. So basically if we build something here, you see it's behind the tree always in there, and I don't have to sort on the y-axis basically, yeah, like this. If dwarves could be here and pass the tree, but they're not. So it kind of works, but as I said, it's working by mistake, or rather, yeah. So this is how it is now. Yes, the tree is avoided by the Pathfinder. So they can't walk in front of it. Even if it wouldn't be, you would only, I can bring it down a little bit and you would only see them behind the tree and it will still be looking okayish. So, oh yeah, now they're actually using these 2 things. So if we build, let's say, a lot of baguettes, they will go here and start to yeah, but anyway, even if they would go through this square, I can just bring the tree here a bit more down and make them walk always behind it, and it would still look good. When this breaks, I think is in if I do it is in isometric mode, but I'm not exactly sure. In any case, it seems to be alright for now. So let's see if we can build the wooden helmet here. And if we inspect it, what? Oh, we don't see it here in debug mode because there's no... Oh look, they got hungry and now they're eating the bread. Nice. Yeah, so now they have needs. They have hunger, thirst. So now I think they're also thirsty, so I can actually make a potion. I'm not sure I'll have enough. Ah, you see, this is a bug when... Well, I'm not sure it's a bug or not, but... I don't think they have enough to build only 1 potion anyway. But yeah, they do have needs now. So they have hunger, thirst. And when they get hungry, they stop what they're doing and they go eat whatever's there. And I'm reusing that system to also equip weapons, which is what we're doing here. So we got some funky errors with this kind of thing being borrowed twice, and that's because we have this thing here. It makes perfect sense once you see what the point of the error was. So I'm holding this is a lambda function that captures from its environment, used to capture the item components, and the compiler can't know that you're not using this anymore, so it doesn't allow you to use it below here. But it's an easy fix. We add it as a parameter and we do this here and here. And now it should be fine and compiling. So basically, if they also try to equip armor, So if they don't have armor, so that's what I'm doing here now. And not only that, they have body parts, so they can get injured in really specific places and bleed from places, and they can have potions that affect only like their arms or their legs to make them faster or things like that. Even I think the health is only based on, yeah, and they also have health per body part and status per body part. So you can get them nice prosthetics and stuff like that after they get butchered. Okay, so this was it. And now we need to implement this. Exactly. So they get destroyed by trolls, you can make them super fancy mechanical things. I think the planning system handled this, yeah. So here, thing is, this kind of looks a bit like itself. I mean, maybe I should revisit this system because consuming an item and equipment. Oh, I can tell you what I did. What's the name? Let me search my. Think, okay, I think I have it. I think it was this one. Version 4. It's pretty good. Not too complicated, but yeah. And I think it was like $10 or something. That would be probably better than my thing. But yeah, it teaches you a bit about color theory, a bit about shading, and it's quite noob friendly. So yeah, I think it's worth it. I don't know what the price is now. Actually, it might be always $10 because I've kind of noticed a pattern on this website where they always are like, buy this course now because it's $10 until tomorrow, and then I came back a week from then and it's still the same price. So anyway, but it's nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, you see, 5 hours left. It's a lie. It was. It's always the same price because another colleague asked me, and it's never $50. Okay, so what we will do now, look at this. It's called copy paste. What? How did I manage to copy this so broken? Okay, again. How many? A game? A game can work. Oh. With dwarves. I can give you some hints. Maybe we can switch it around, make it with trolls that attack a dwarven colony and annoy them. Make it from the bad guy's perspective. Or whatever those are. Okay, so here we need to propagate some armor components. It's yeah, I mean, all the time the trolls get left out, beaten up and so on. Okay. Actually, we don't need this here. We do need it. Or don't. I'm confused. No, because I don't modify the armor. That's fine to be constant. I just need to look on what I need it equipped. And the dwarf gets that. And now I just have to write the method to do exactly that. Somewhere around here. Because equipping armor is nothing more than just setting an ID somewhere and something I didn't really think through amongst, I mean, many things I didn't think through, but don't think it's like that. Wait, let me see. Equipment slot. I think I just need a minor change here. Because this is a option, so it can be some or none. So yeah, one thing I didn't think through is how I will render things. Which means probably when I do the... Okay. So there is some entity holder thing. Hierarchy update here. So here we update the positions of the whatever the dwarf is holding. So I think all we need to do is for the entity IDs that are set as our armor. Ooh, what? For the entity IDs that are set as our armor, we need to take the transform and update it out so they follow dwarves. Okay. So and once they are in those square, oh, I think wait, let's see if they go equip it first. Okay, so this guy, I am suspecting he look at this equipment. The first item here, which is not really well represented, is the helmet slot. And sum of 78 means the entity ID with 78 is his helmet. And lo and behold, this is the proper thing. And it should be reserved and so on. So people won't, dwarves won't touch it anymore. So amazingly enough, it worked. It just works. It almost just works, but I will need to do some minor adjustments. So in the planning, there is an offset, equip armor on the guy, and I also need to offset the renderable. Because this renderable component has a local offset, which needs to be overridden from the, I need to override it so it fits on the head. This class is actually doing so many things, but I'm not gonna change it now. So we're super close to finishing this. I don't understand this formatter. Sometimes, oh, okay. Okay, and we just need to do, we just assume they're fine. So unwrapping, basically because this might not return us a component. Okay, what do we want to do? Set local offset or something like that. We don't have this wait, what? And so we equipped the thing, we adjusted the visual, and now I need to pass this string through. I so like this entity component system thing. Except this class is not a really nice example, but just allows me to look at what I need from the world in various systems and use just that. And communicating between entities is super easy because it happens outside of a component. In the systems, I mean. So here Actually, let's just compile because it will tell me where I need to put renderables. What? This needs to live as long as the others. Think so. Okay, now we did. Let's see if the offsetting works, and if that works, we just need to add a new function here in probably in the hierarchy update, not this method, but one that takes dwarfs and transform components, because this is fine as it is. Or wait, we just need to add it to the, my god, wait a second, I just need to add it to the hierarchy here. What? Oh god, I'm gonna do this. It's called entity holders. Ah, we have entity holders, never mind. And they're mutable, nice. So oh, look at this. And I think I also need to adjust the layer of this thing, because it should render above the dwarf. I don't like the fact that I have this set layer in this transform. It should be actually in the renderable, but whatever, I'll move it. Actually, wait, I need to add something for that, because it's annoying me for a while and I keep forgetting. Bug. So the hierarchy should make sure that the helmet follows us around, and then the offset. Let's see. We'll make sure it renders at the right position. And I don't need this equipment system anymore because I've hooked it in the other place. But what I do need is, well, probably it's going to be some combat system, so yeah. So let's build here the armor table, build a few helmets. So this guy is going to equip armor, which I bet is this armor. Look at this! It now has it, so now I need to offset it a few pixels, which I'm so excited about this, you cannot believe it. Let's open the dwarf. How can we precisely know? The wooden helmet. Thing is, I painted this on top of the dwarf, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 up and 1, 2 to the right. Okay. So I think it's perfect now. And then we can also make a system for holding the weapons, like shield and so on. Because now it's going to be a bit weird. It will render it on top of the shield. And then it's easy to add more rules on when and what type of armor these guys equip. What a lazy bastard, he didn't finish this and another one came and finished the thing. Okay, so this guy will come. Okay. Why is this wrong? It's a little bit higher now, I think. How do these get processed? Wait, let's just I'm a bit surprised that that offset didn't work, but probably it's because we are applying it on a different space that I think we're applying it. What's it called? So let's just have one ready spawned, so I don't sit waiting for the guys to build. $64. I think it's good 14 and 12 because that we might scale before translation, but I'm not sure exactly. Not this. Okay, so yeah, because they're 32 by 32 and I think I'm scaling them before somewhere. But look, now they have the helmet on, so it worked. Let's make some more. Cooking table, baguettes. Cool, so it worked. And this guy now has his helmet on and doesn't give a fuck. And it's a wooden helmet. Now all of them are... Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm super happy with this. So I'm surprised they don't eat. Oh, this got screwy because of the way things are ordered. This is basically the essence of this game I'm making. Armored dwarves eating baguettes. That might be a good title for this game, because I actually have no title. It's just called Dwarf Game here ever since I started prototyping stuff. But obviously, that's not a really good title, I think. But yeah, Armored Dwarfs eating baguettes is something that if you Google it, I think you won't find anything interesting. So there might be some sort of... okay, so let's check here why... Scaling... I think the shader might be wrong actually. Yeah, so this thing gets scaled here before. think I can just do a local offset here and that will fix our problem. Okay. It's per object. So if we look here, so the wooden helmet has its own offset, and it's basically a property of the armor component. So everybody who has an armor component has to define this offset. So, because some of it might look screwy, if I just put a offset per equipment type, this way you can do minor adjustments and have better control. I think I kinda did it wrong, but anyway. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, because the tree has the wrong... What did I do? Yeah, so I think I am doing something completely wrong now, but... Okay. Theoretically, wait, what do I do in that shader? I don't think this is something that's supposed to happen. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I just want to give those offsets before the scaling happens. So this, because then I need to remember to multiply with, well, however much that scaling is or whatever. Of course it doesn't work. What the hell? This wrong here. So this should give us the previous result. What's this size? What was I thinking? I'll fix it later. Yes, because I have a unit quad that gets drawn. I remember. Yep. And it gets scaled by 64, but that's not what I want. I want it to be scaled by 2 because that's the difference between the actual texture size on disk or whatever and the quad size on my screen. So the fact that that scale there is actually named size is correct because it's actually okay. And now I need to do this tree and fix the sizes for the tree in our data. because they're before scaling. So here it's 16 and 40. Whoops. So if I do have the texture quad, I don't even remember how I load the texture data. But yeah, everything works now, and I know why it works. Okay. What is this width and height? So here when I render it, I just need to see how I have the texture here. So if I change the shader now, I don't need to hard code this and everything should be fine. I hope that width and height is correct, but it should be, because otherwise nothing will work. So wait. Nice. Okay, cool. So it's pretty cool. We made armor, we're equipping this armor, and now I think the next step would be to just work on the combat system or add enemies first. Let's check off some things from here. This is not gonna be fixed soon, but it's fine. Okay, cool. Look at this. And so now everybody does everything. So I think a good addition would be skills for dwarves. So some of them would be used more for certain type of actions. I like this so much. Like armor smith, or a guy would be better at carrying stuff around, things like that. So so many things to add. Let's also run the tests once. Delete this equipment RS. Cool. So let's see what we did here. We have equip armor action with some debug. Whoa. What? We don't need this change, they can build by themselves. We added these local offsets. Okay. So this would mean that, for example, because we have everything structured like this, we can make them equip Oh, my computer is so slow. I should buy some new CPU. Can't really handle encoding video twice and and anything else basically. So because we have it structured like this with components and so on, it means that, for example, for an item like a bucket, you can add the armor component there. And basically now all the dwarves try to equip something, but usually they equip stuff only when they should equip stuff only if they're in like some sort of army and they have a gear on, target gear, or if they're attacked and they see an enemy, they might just decide to use normal objects as armor or weapons. So for example, instead of, if you have a bucket around you, you put the bucket on your head and then you fight the enemies. So that's super easy to do with this kind of system now. So super happy with it. Because for this you need to only actually edit a JSON here, and if you would have a bucket, you just specify that, hey, by the way, this also has an helmet, an armor component of type helmet, and then we can add stats and so on and complicate stuff. But I wanted to make it work while it's easy at first, so wait, okay. Now that it works with easy mode, we can complicate it a little bit and add more stats, more whatever. And some armor is better for certain things. We can even introduce frost resistance and things like that, because I want to actually put seasons. So for example, in the winter, if you have certain armor on you, you don't get cold, and then you can work more before needing to get somewhere near a fire to get warm. So yeah, it's shaping up pretty well. Excuse me. So this is some helper functions. Another helper function. Oh, by the way, here actually we can make this function with from or something, or into, because each body part can be converted into a equipment slot. Yeah, that would be nice actually. Well, I don't know. I think it's more clear like this. But we could do it and it would be, I'm not sure if nicer. I have mixed feelings right now, but local offset or armor. Yeah, so I think I'll just proceed and add more armor. Like pants and gloves and stuff like that. Yeah. Where's my vertex shader? Is it? This doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't know why I keep checking this in, but whatever. You can basically load it from disk, but right now it's generated anyway, so what's the point? Okay. Oh, was not used. Really? Wonder if I need to split that huge JSON from the beginning. It's actually started to get slower because, yeah, JSON parsing is not the nicest thing in the world. 542 lines. I wonder if it's only because I run it in debug. If I run it in release, would it be faster? Oh, but it will take a bit of ages to compile because it needs to download a ton of things. Oh my god, this is... Anyway, it works fine when I'm not streaming, so I'm just gonna blame it on that. Actually, my CPU is at quite high. Cool. So I think this is it for today. We can wait for it, for this test, but I'm afraid we might wait a few, like a minute or two. Then might not be terribly exciting. And probably for the next streams we will add well, I think it's already gonna be there. Have a full set of armor and status effects on armor items. Oh, you can actually have bonus if you have a full set of armor and things like that. It can get really complex and complicated. Now that we have the basics in place, so I am quite hyped about this. So anyway, this is taking way too long. I'm just gonna run it again at the end so everybody sees what the status is, in case there are new people, because I couldn't pay attention. Probably here. Can add status. So I don't forget. So we have our armor here and food items here. And this was it for today. Thank you everybody for joining in and watching, and I hope you had a good time. I certainly had, because the thing worked in the end. So look at them having armors, because that's how you cook baguettes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next Sunday when we will stream some more game development things. Why isn't this guy getting his armor? So focused on this. Anyway, maybe it's a bug. looks like it, but anyway, we'll fix it in the meantime. Thanks for watching and see you all next time.